In 2025, airlines are rejecting carry-on bags that even look a little too big, and the TSA is still taking away spreadable foods, aerosols, and small tools. According to the Economic Times, 2025, tighter baggage bins and strict 311 liquid rules mean that one small mistake could cost you your bag, or even your flight. You might think your bag is fine. You might have packed carefully and followed every rule you know, but your bag can still be taken away at the gate, sent to checked luggage, or even seized if it sets off the wrong alert. Today, I'll walk you through exactly how the TSA and airlines decide what counts as a safe carry-on, what rules they actually check, what strange things still get through, and what will get your bag rejected in 2025. This isn't theory. These are real rules, real risks, and real stories. Let's begin. Airline size rules. The first front door. Your first hurdle is airline policy. The TSA doesn't care how big your bag is, airlines do. And each airline has its own definition of what qualifies as a carry-on. For example, American Airlines allows exactly one carry-on plus one personal item. The bag, including wheels and handles, must be no larger than 22 by 14 by 9 inches. If it doesn't physically squeeze into their sizer, expect it to go to cargo. But that's just the published. In practice, some budget carriers treat anything even slightly over a smaller threshold as non-compliant. And the kicker, the gate's sizer box is often slightly smaller than what's printed online. One traveler measured her bag at home, complied with specs, and still got flagged at the gate because the airline's bin at that airport was tighter. Moreover, rumor has it that in 2025, American Airlines is preparing to tighten carry-on and personal item dimensions further, aligning more closely with stricter international standards. Passengers report that even bags just a few inches over are being denied boarding access as overhead bins get more crowded. Pro tip: always test your bag in a rigid sizer, airport or luggage shop, and subtract an inch from each side just in case. Also note, some airlines impose weight limits. In the US, many carriers don't weigh your carry-on, but with European, Asian, or African operators, limits of 15 to 18 pounds, approximately 7 to 8 kilograms, are common and enforced at the gate. TSA, liquid rules and exceptions. Even if your bag clears the airline's size check, its contents are TSA's business. And in 2025, the infamous 311 liquid rule is still alive and strictly enforced in US departures. That means every liquid, gel, cream, or spray must be in containers of 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, or less, all fitting in a single quart-sized clear resealable bag. You might assume high-proof alcohol, contact lens solution, or hotel shampoo are special. They're not. If it smears, sprays, or globs, it counts. That includes lotion, peanut butter, jelly, even the creamy side of your face mask. But yes, there are exceptions. Baby formula, breast milk, or food for an infant can exceed 3.4 ounces, but you must declare it to the TSA officer before screening. Same goes for medically necessary liquids, medications, and gel-based medical supplies. In 2025, TSA also accepts larger quantities of medical liquids such as life-saving insulin or nebulizer solutions when clearly presented. One recent wrinkle: power banks and lithium batteries. As of 2025, portable chargers exceeding 100 watt-hours are banned from checked baggage. They must be in your carry-on. Many travelers are having power banks pulled at the gate for unspecified battery security violations. Also, despite rumors that the US might scrap the 311 rule, the TSA has confirmed that liquid limits remain in place for now, even while 2 UK airports have relaxed theirs. Bottom line, if your toiletry spread includes jars or tubs, double-check that each container is within bounds. If not, move it to checked or strip it out. In 2025, there's less room for close enough. Items TSA lets through, you'd never expect, and oddities. Now, the weird side of TSA policy, things that seem absurdly allowed yet quietly slip through. Wands. Whether it's a Harry Potter-style wand or cosplay prop, TSA doesn't generally treat them as prohibited. They're typically allowed in carry-on. Bowling balls. Yes, real bowling balls pass through. TSA doesn't balk at spherical weights as long as scanners aren't triggered. Cowboy spurs and decorative metal. Spurs, costume weapons, ornate metal pieces. If they don't mimic a dangerous item, they tend to pass. Coffee beans, portable grinders, mini espresso machines. As long as they don't function mid-flight, these are usually safe. Lighters, including arc lighters. You can bring up to 2 lighters in carry-on, provided no unintended ignition is possible. Live fish in spill-proof containers. Odd but true, as long as the container is clear and secure. Meanwhile, a magic 8-ball, often scrubbed. The undetermined liquid inside raises flags. Toy swords, even foam or colorful, may be flagged if they resemble weapons at a glance. One recent update, the TSA revised its approved items list to permit more items thanks to better scanning technology, though standards vary by checkpoint. Even with odd allowances, don't push your luck. If your item confuses or alarms the screener, it risks extra inspection. Common surprise offenders that get you pulled. Even when travelers think they've packed perfectly, certain items still trigger TSA scrutiny. Spreadable foods like peanut butter, hummus, and salsa count as liquids or gels if they can smear or pour. Snow globes often get pulled due to uncertain water content, while canned goods raise alarms because of liquid brine or juice. Full-size aerosols, like hairspray or deodorant, are flagged unless travel-sized. Tools such as wrenches or screwdrivers can get you detained depending on length, and even tiny pocket knives are banned. Bear or pepper spray remain completely prohibited in both carry-on and often checked luggage, while novelty lighters shaped like firearms can lead to confiscation or even police involvement. Essentially, anything that leaks, pokes, or confuses security can get flagged. And one traveler even reported their multi-tool being seized one day but ignored the next. TSA enforces zero tolerance for dangerous items. Firearms, real, replica, BB, airsoft, or stun guns are strictly banned from carry-ons. In 2023, TSA intercepted 6,737 firearms, 93% loaded, and in 2024, 6,678 were found, 94% loaded. Ammunition, even a single bullet triggers a major security response. Explosives, fireworks, and similar items are immediate red flags. Loose razor or box cutter blades are banned, though fixed disposable razors might pass. Large aerosols, pressurized containers, or disguised weapons, like baton pens or gun-shaped lighters, invite strict penalties. Once TSA confiscates something, it becomes federal property with no returns or appeals. In short, if it looks dangerous or questionable, even in your mind, it must not be in your carry-on. International versus domestic travel. Flying domestically and flying internationally are distinct universes. Inside the US, most airlines don't weigh carry-ons, but abroad, many do. Italy, Japan, Singapore, and others enforce 7 to 8 kilogram limits. If your carry-on is heavier, bag goes to the hold, or fees apply. Customs regulations also differ. A granola bar you bring from the US could raise eyebrows in Australia or New Zealand. In fact, travelers have been fined $250 plus for forgetting to declare an apple or dried fruit. Many plant or animal products are strictly regulated. Also, while TSA's 3.4-ounce rule tends to govern US departures, foreign airports may require even stricter liquid limits or separation of electronics. For example, some EU countries demand you remove electronics in bins separately. If you're traveling internationally, you must check 3 rulebooks: your airline, TSA for US departure, and the destination's customs/security policy. Failing to comply with anyone is enough to get you delayed or stripped of items at arrival. How to flow through security without panic. Even a perfect bag can fail you at the screening line if you're disorganized. Always put your liquids bag at the top of your carry-on so it slides out first. Remove electronics larger than a phone and place them in their own bin/tray. Laptops, tablets, cameras, wear shoes, belt, jacket you can remove cleanly, unless you have TSA pre-check or shoes on policy. Keep your passport, boarding pass, ID in a place you can prep before entering the line. Put small valuables, phones, watches, jewelry in a separate pouch or designated section. In 2025, many airports have introduced touchless ID screening for pre-check travelers, so your face replaces pulling out physical documents. Also, a major shift. As of July 2025, US law allows certain travelers to keep shoes on at airport security if they hold a real ID. Arrive early. With real ID enforcement beginning May 7, 2025, confusion at checkpoints is expected. In short, security flow is about readability, both of your bag and of your intent. If TSA can't see your contents clearly, you'll be asked to dig. Look, TSA isn't out to sabotage your trip, but they will enforce rules. In 2024, they intercepted 6,678 firearms at airports nationwide. 94% were loaded. That's nearly 18 per day of serious threats. Carry-on travel in 2025 demands more than packing lightly. It demands dual compliance with the airline's shape and weight limits and with TSA's content screening. Get either wrong and your bag could vanish into cargo or waste bins, your trip could get delayed, or you could lose something irreplaceable. If this video helped sharpen your travel game, hit like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. What's the biggest weird thing TSA ever took from you? We'll gather the wildest stories for the next